Hi y'all out there in TV land again. My name is Meek. Well, I got a lot of videos to cover VHSs, and honey, I'm telling you, it's a lot of them. But what I wanted to do is take it slow and give you another look into my VHS collection. Some of you probably say it's a bunch of crap. And some of you say, oh my gosh, I haven't seen them videos in years. Where did she find them? Nevertheless, like it or not, licking or lumping, this is unique. And this is part 2 of my video collection. Now, some of the movies I have are like, that makes up different genres. Horror, comedy, fantasy, children's movies, you name it, and on black and white classics too. Well, what I'm going to do is uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. This movie is called Places in the Heart. Places in the Heart. It is an excellent movie. Came out in 1984. I was about 16. You know, I'm over the hill now. Movie starring Sally Field and Danny Glover and John Malkovich and Terry somebody. Anyway, it's a very... it's not an underrated movie. It's a very touching film. It's about a woman who really knows the meaning of love thy neighbor, love thyself, love thy children. And it starts off with, it's like the turn of the century. You're still riding in 1909 Ford model cars. It's in the deep south, you know, a lot of lynching going on and what have you. And a young black boy, well, her husband, Sally Field's husband, winds up shooting this, I thought he killed him, young black boy who was actually on some railroad tracks, drunk and rambling off out his head. And he returns fire and kills her husband, which is the sheriff of the town they live in. She winds up having to be blackmailed into taking in the bank president's brother-in-law because her husband left an outstanding debt at this bank that belongs to the town. And so she takes in the bank president's brother-in-law because he told her that if she didn't, she would lose her land and her kids and her house. And unbeknownst to her, the man comes in, he's blind, which is played by John Malkovich, and Mr. Will. And they have this kind of, you know, I don't know you, stare to my face relationship kind of going on, but then they wind up later on in the picture being on the same accord. Danny Glover actually plays this I would say slave kind of hobo person that actually helps her from being flim-flammed by a couple of people, which is like one of the crop owners of the cotton field and that and the other thing. And they figure by her being a woman, she don't know nothing about picking cotton, and she don't know nothing about nothing. And Danny Glover, by him being a black man, and they think all black people are stupid, which they did back then, and they thought that he didn't know what he was talking about, but he actually knew because he actually done the work. He actually helps her get one thumbs up on the sharecropper, the Cottonfield owner rather. Her two children are I can't think what their names. I can't remember, but Frank Jr. and oh gosh, they called this little girl something in the picture. I can't forget what her name is, what they called her. Anyway, very touching movie. Sally Field gives an incredible performance as Mrs. Spaulding, and she actually saves her kids from being homeless, and that's the first time I ever saw a white woman picking cotton. As a matter of fact, that's the only time I've seen a white woman actually being out picking cotton. It's like, she does what she has to. She does what she has to do in order to save her family. Very good movie. I highly recommend it. Actually A plus. A little bit hilarious. The Ku Klux Klan scenes with Donnie Glover. Oh my! I mean, I was outraged. I was really outraged, but good movie. Oh boy. Crooklyn. It's a Spike Lee movie, 40 Acres and a Mule, about a New York family. Not one of Spike Lee's better pictures. I seen it in the movies back in 94, sorry. And it's about a woman with about 5 kids, 4 or 5 kids or something, and her husband. She's a school teacher, and I forgot what work he does, but they live in this brownstone in Brooklyn, New York. And everybody in the neighborhood knows them. They're one of them kind of family where everybody knows them. They know everybody. And the mother winds up, which is played by Alfre Woodard, beautiful performance by her. She winds up dying. I don't know. I can't remember what killed her, but she winds up dying, and then she has a cameo appearance and towards the end of the film where she comes back to, in the dream sort of state to tell, to make sure that everything is being run smoothly. And her daughter Troy winds up being the head lady of the house. Beautiful story. Soundtrack was out of this world. It's just not one of Spike's better pictures. He is in his pictures. He's in a lot of his pictures, but I would give it a C+ because it's, even though it took from 2 decades beforehand, the 70s decade with a lot of the 70s music in it. Spike Lee really couldn't pull it off. Matter of fact, this and Do the Right Thing were 2 of his pictures that, you could like take it or leave it. But the children were phenomenal. The little girl, well, she's probably grown by now. Her name is Zelda. I think I forgot what her last name is, but Zelda Harris. I'm sorry. She was magnificent. Very ahead of her time. She's very feisty and busty, and and in your face, what you gonna do about it kind of attitude, as you'll see. I like the way it was set and the time frame that it was set. I just think that they tried to capitalize more of a Claudine kind of thing going on, because in the movie with James Earl Jones and Diane Carroll, where he played a sanitation worker, a garbage man, and she was a housekeeper, but they tried to put more Claudine in it than necessary, and that's where they really failed. But I would give it like a C+ kind of thing going on. This could be Crooklyn. This movie. Okay. This is Laurel Hardy, the late Stan Laurel and the late Oliver Hardy. They're, to me, they're the best comedy team of all time. I'm not really an Abbott and Costello fan. I can take it or leave it, some of their movies, but Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. They play two detectives in this movie. It's called The Big Noise, and they go to keep watch over this man his invention. This guy's an inventor or entrepreneur, and he has some kind of atomic bomb or something, and they're supposed to safeguard it. You can imagine them two trying to safeguard anything. They couldn't even safeguard a wet towel. But they wind up pulling it off. You know, it's a lot of laughs, kind of drags a little bit. Some of it isn't funny, but the scene in the back where the guy that they're protecting, that's his sister-in-law. This scene right here was the funniest of all, because it's like she had like 6 husbands before all of them died, and she's like trying to make whoopee with him or something, but it's like Stanley is just like all in the way and everything of nature. They just got finished eating dinner or something, and she's trying to get another husband or something or whatever. But crazy movie. It's interesting, funny, but you know, some of the scenes aren't that funny. You know, I mean, it kind of humdrum. I've watched it several times. It's, you know, pretty good. I think it's directed by Mal St. Clair. I don't even know who that was, but you know, oh well. This picture right here, Not Without My Daughter. Sally Field. She, between this and Places in the Heart, this is good too. I saw it actually on TV one night. It's about this woman. She marries this guy from Iran or Iraq or somewhere, and he actually is a doctor or something, and he tells her that, you know, he has to do some work in his country and that she should go along with him, and we'll take the little girl too. And she winds up getting stranded in Iran, I'm sorry. And she finds out the customs are not like here, and that women are not as equal, I would say, to men as they are in this country. And he told her that if she left, she can go back to the United States. As far as he's concerned, she wasn't taking his child back there either. And she goes through all these loops and bounds to try to get back to the United States, and with their little girl. Very good movie. Not Without My Daughter, Sally Field. Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers is actually one of them. I seen it in the movies like in 2001, 2000. Good movie, very good. Directed by Victor DeSalvo. It's about, if you've never seen it, it has a part 2, which the part 2 really sucks. But this part is about this guy and a girl. They were brother and sister. They on the road. They want to see somebody. I don't know I can't remember what they were actually doing, where they were going, but they wound up getting terrorized by this some kind of creature, and he's running them off the road, trying to kill them and all this. And this creature is like a mythological creature. They call him the Creeper, and what he does is, like, every so many years he has to have parts of different body parts of different people in order to keep him alive or something like that, or whatever the case is. But he is kind of it's a good ride, a good movie. Then they wind up somewhere in the film meeting this woman, and she actually looked like Patty Austin, if you ask me. She tries to tell them what is actually happening to them, but they don't believe her. You know, they like, oh, she don't know, she's crazy, she don't know what she's talking about, and all this kind of stuff. And so do the people in the town. They think she's some kind of witch. I mean, some kind of, not witch doctor, but they think she's some kind of loony woman or something, that she don't know what she's talking about. But lo and behold, she does know what she's talking about, and she sings them this song that they actually heard on the radio that connects with this some kind of creature or something, and that she wind up helping them, you know, escaping. The brother wind up getting killed. The creature ate his eyes or something like that, and took him took the body and hollowed it out or whatever he did with it. Something kind of ghastly. But anyway, he the sister winds up the girl. She winds up escaping, and that, you know, living in. Excellent movie. Been on TV a whole lot of times. It's probably in video stores. Love it. Give it a thumbs up. Matter of fact, I give it a B+. The Haunting. This movie is with my girl Liv Taylor. You've seen her in the movie The Strangers. Liv Taylor is her and Kirk Douglas' wife. I mean, not Kirk Douglas. Michael Douglas' wife. What the heck is her name? Catherine Zeta-Jones. She is in this movie. They are supposed to be some kind of part of some kind of experiment with sleep. Some kind of sleep thing. I don't know what, sleep study or some kind of experiment or something. And then they get tricked to go into this castle, and run by it. You know, it was this baron or some kind of man, and he took and tortured these children or something, and then their spirits are still in the house or something. But the only person that actually believes that or actually knows anything about it is Liv Taylor. They find out that she's actually the granddaughter of the man that was torturing the children, his wife. She's the actual granddaughter. So she actually understands what's going on, and she winds up having a confrontation with his ghost, and, you know, telling the ghost tells her that, she actually does like an exorcism kind of thing in the house, and convinces him to leave and all this kind of stuff and what have you. But it's a good movie, very good. The Haunting. Have you ever seen such garbage? I mean, I know black people have had a hard time back in the early years and the early days of making films. They weren't paid much, and they this and this really is I mean, this movie right here has a lot of stars and a lot of black actors in it, and I'm telling you, when I say it is a whole bunch, it is a bunch of crap. The Morris Chestnut, Taye Diggs, and Melissa DeSouza, and I think it's Nina Long, and Sanaa Lathan, and all that. They wind up trying to Taye Diggs and Morris Chestnut actually wind up having some kind of battle, because Morris Chestnut find out that the girl that he's going to marry, which is this girl here, I can't remember what her name is, but Monica Calhoun, I'm sorry. He winds up finding out that him and Taye Diggs, when they were in college or something like that, they actually slept together, that she's not the virgin, or she's not the Miss Goody Two Shoes that he thought she was. So they wind up, and he wrote a book and put her in the book, and all this kind of crap like that. He's actually an author or something, some kind of writer or something. but he already has a girlfriend, which is Sanaa Lathan. And Sanaa Lathan and him, she plays this girl named Robin or something, and it's just a bunch of mishmash, back and forth kind of crap. It's a bunch of crap. I really think they have a new movie called The Best Man Holiday. I have yet to see that, but this was a total flop to me. I think I don't believe that it's worth my. It's not worth. I mean, it's one of them pictures to put on if you ain't have nothing else to do that day. The kids outside playing. You're relaxing in the house and you don't have anything to do that day. Well, this is one of them pictures that you can put on and then go do a load of laundry, okay? So and then come back and it's still on and you're saying, oh my God, I'll be glad when it go off. But this is I would give it a C-. It's not all that high. I don't even know why I went to see it in the movies, and then I think because it was black people in it. But then again, I don't even know why I even got on a VHS. I think it was I didn't want to walk out the store empty-handed, so I picked it up. So anyway, all right. 1 minute. Okay. Last two. 1984's Bad Boy, Prince, Purple Rain. The Time, Morris Day, Apollonia, and all that, Vanity, and everybody else is in this movie. I bet you've seen it 1,000 times, and so have I. I saw it in the movies back when I was a teenager, back in 1984. I was about 16. Anyway, Prince, rock and roll star, does delivery, beautiful score, beautiful color, everything. I give it A-. Prince knockout, phenomenal. I wasn't a Prince fan, I was a Rick James fan, but Prince, his acting, phenomenal, because that's just Prince. Knockout. I really can't tell you too much about this picture because the only funny scene I actually saw in this movie was when he told Apollonia or somebody, Vanity or somebody, to go into the lake and it'll purify her or something like that. And I'll be looking at him like you take your damn clothes off and go in the lake, okay? But anyway, beautiful movie, A-. Hilarious. You talking about hilarious? 3 strikes. Guy Rob gets out of jail. Next thing you know, his buddy's coming to pick him up. Yet it's a stolen car. Yeah, you got it, a stolen car. And Rob, instead of fessing up to the police and turning himself in, because he didn't want to go back to jail because he was getting bullied in there. They was making him a total sissy in there. But he didn't want to go back to jail, so him and his guy JJ, DeAndre Barnes, wound up running from the police. They wound up catching DeAndre, but he's on a run, and then he gives the police a high-speed chase and all this kind of madness, and he wound up catching him anyway. And they told him because it wasn't his 3rd strike that they was going to let him go in 30 days. If he was in Baltimore, they wouldn't be letting him go. They'd be letting him go to the prison. That's where they'd be letting him go. So wound up, it's a good movie. Saw it twice in the movies, once by myself and once with my kids. And laughed the entire time. I can't think of his name. Is Fabian, whatever his name is, the black dude in here. He's the trip in the movie. David Alan Grier you remember him from Living Color? He's in this movie. He's kind of funny. I think the funniest scene in the movie is where this girl comes into the jail and she has her boyfriend. And they like the officer's like, who you come to see? And he's like, I come to see Ray Ray. And he said, we don't have no Ray Ray. She said, are you dumb and blind? It is Ray Ray and she wound up going off on him, and they wound him locking her up and all this kind of madness. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then there's another funny scene in there where Faison Love, the big guy here, he was trying to holler at this girl, and she turned around and she took her pocketbook and did one of them Ruth Buzzy numbers on him. If y'all know, y'all old enough to remember who Ruth Buzzy was. She used to she used to be on Laughing, I believe, and she used to hit people in the head with her men trying to holler at her something. She used to take them and hit her in the head with a pocketbook. But that's what that reminded me of, that one scene. It's a load of laughs, you know what I mean? It's very outlandish, crazies by DJ Pooh. I can't remember DJ Pooh who he was, but he's in this movie as a cab driver smoking all kinds of mad marijuana. Anyway, 3 strikes. Well, that does it. And this is unique. And next time I'll review some more of my movies. I got a lot to cover, a lot of ground. Some of the movies say I've not watched that stuff, but then some of the movies like, oh my god, I haven't seen them in years. Nevertheless, you'll love it. You'll love it, love it, love it. Take care. Bye. Bye bye now.